and Money on the Biz News channel for this Wednesday, July 27th. Here we talk about entertainment, music, news, gossip in the world of movies and celebrities, and we really give them the biz news. Right here from the comfort of my own living room studio. How do I substantiate these rants, this gossip, these judgments of people I have never met? Well, I turn to the internet. Internet blog research really substantiates that gossip. So every week we go down a hot list of topics, turning to the internet to talk, gossip, tirade about these celebrities. Let's get to it. First we have the good. This week on the good, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, he's not good. We all hate him. We know that. He's being crucified in the media like he should be. But the good news is that Maria Shriver is starting to get what she deserves. TMZ broke the story earlier this week that Arnold filed in his divorce proceedings that he wanted Maria to really have to pay for her lawyers, to not get anything. He didn't want to give her any spousal money at all. So TMZ is releasing these stories day to day, you know, what they're saying every minute, every hour in court. But the thing to know is that Arnold will not be able to get away with that. So he sought not only to deny her support, but to make her pay for her own lawyers, and sources connected with Arnold and TMZ say that this isn't going to happen. So that falls under the good. I mean, Arnold, what are you thinking? First of all, you're not a US born citizen who's got this cushy, government job. You had this beautiful wife, beautiful home, fantasy life, and you screwed it all up. If you want to talk about Arnold and Maria, you can tweet me at Fame and Money and TV and tell me what you think. I think this will be one of the most expensive divorces in history. All right, next on the hot list is the bad. For the bad, we turn to the MoviePhone.com blog, where they're talking about the movie Friends with Benefits. Have you seen this trailer? It's all over YouTube. I'm sure you've seen it on Facebook. It's Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis in Friends with Benefits, which I think is a horrible name for a movie. Anyway, it sounds like an ad on Craigslist. But if you're looking to see a movie this week, tell me, go tweet me, go to Facebook, go to thebizNewsChannel.com, and let me know if you're seeing Friends with Benefits. On the blog on MoviePhone, they're talking about how this movie is just like 10,000 other movies, the plot that have come along before. Not only is this plot similar to things that we've seen 100 times, but it's similar to a movie that just came out earlier this year called No Strings Attached with Ashton Kutcher. So, similar actors, same demographic, same age. Is this movie going to make any money? How much of the same old plot with pretty boys can we take? Now, maybe Justin Timberlake would bring in a different audience than Ashton Kutcher, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. And Mila Kunis, although she's beautiful, smart, and funny, I don't know how much of a big box office draw she is. We've seen this in the past, there's always the same formulas that Hollywood sticks with, and I guess they would only stick with them if they're making money, but I can't picture it. So we'll see you this weekend, by the time we shoot our next episode, next Wednesday, what exactly happens. But Friends with Benefits, I'm thinking it's going to tank. I'm thinking that's definitely the bad. And it couldn't get any uglier than Amy Winehouse, okay? I know some of you are probably, saying enough with the gotta go to rehab jokes. It's all over the internet. It's on every blog, every internet website. I'm looking here at eOnline and their Uber blog. They're talking specifically about Amy Winehouse fans getting an apology from Microsoft after a tasteless tweet. Now, when I saw that Microsoft sent this tasteless tweet, I thought it was going to be something that really went for the gut, a joke, or something really insensitive. This is what the tweet was. Remember Amy Winehouse by downloading the groundbreaking Back to Black over at Zoom. Well, it's commercial. I mean, it's obviously them trying to make money off a tragedy. I don't know that that's utterly tasteless, but they're getting some backlash from that. So I don't know if you've been tweeting Microsoft telling them that you think that's irresponsible. But even beyond that, let's talk about Amy Winehouse. Of course, at least more than half of the population is not surprised that Amy Winehouse has died. But what I'm hoping, and I don't know if you agree with me here on Fame and Money, is that her sales don't go way up. People aren't making money off of this, including Microsoft, and that she doesn't get lumped into that group of people that have died at age 27. I am, from the era of Kurt Cobain. To me, Amy Winehouse is a completely different story. We've seen her be a hot mess for years, and since 2009, when she had those medical issues and was hospitalized, it's never really been the same. She hasn't really taken off. I work in a theater. I've been working all week on a children's theater production of Charlotte's Web in the Majestic Theater in West Springfield, Massachusetts. And one of my actors, who's 16 years old, was like distraught over Amy Winehouse dying. And maybe I'm getting old and jaded. Shut up. But I don't see this as a big deal. It's not shocking at all. So if you think it's shocking, you can tweet me. But I think most of the tweets I'll get are going to be that you're not surprised at all. The news today, or yesterday, this week, is that the autopsy won't be revealed for at least a month. I don't think there'll be any shocking news there. But it's definitely the ugly. It's been ugly for a long time, and hopefully now it can all be over. And this week on the hot list, we have The Forgotten. So many of you know that child stars come and go. Sometimes they turn out to be disasters, and we see their faces on every newspaper in a jail cell. And sometimes they turn out to be wonderful human beings who go on to live these fabulous careers. Well, one of the blogs that I follow that's not always exactly entertainment related, but in a roundabout way, is called thebitchywaiter.com. There's this bitchy queen of a waiter in New York City who's been waiting tables for 20 years, and he has a website where he talks about his life, his career. But he often tends to use 70s and 80s TV, film, entertainment analogies to get his point across. And I caught this article this week that's called Beware of Possible Robot Children. This actually refers to a show called Small Wonder from the 80s. If you've heard of it, send me a message. I can't wait to find out if anyone out there is as old as me. It's a great show where a little girl was a robot, and that made me wonder, where are they now? Her name was Tiffany Brissett. I looked her up on Wikipedia. Unfortunately, she peaked in 1990 for Parker Lewis Can't Lose. If you remember that movie, then I feel bad for you. But I was thinking about other child stars in the news. I mean, we all know the hot messes like the Coreys and poor Gary Coleman and others like that. We know the ones that turned out okay, like Jodie Foster, Alyssa Milano, and so far, Dakota Fanning. We'll see, I'm not convinced yet. So what I want to know from the Fame and Money fans, I know that there's already a ton of them since our first episode, our premiere last week, is who else would you like me to talk about that comes under the category of the forgotten? And we'll get back to them. Maybe they'll actually be the hot mess or the slutty or the talented, but we'll talk about them here on Fame and Money. So send me a message and tell me which celebrity child star you'd like to talk about next week, and we'll make you famous. You can have a little fame and money too, okay? And last on this week's hot list for Wednesday, July 27th is The Graduated. So we're talking about Glee again this week. In TV news, Glee seems to be at the top of what to speak about. And this week they're talking about who's in and who's out for next season. The funny thing is that no one can agree. The producers, the cast, the actors, everyone's blogging, talking, tweeting, and they're all saying something different. Well, according to Comic-Con, happened this past week, and according to the producers at Comic-Con, they said that Lea Michele, who plays Rachel, Chris Colfer, and Corey Monteith, they're all graduating, but not necessarily leaving, and that if they have Lea Michele under contract, they're not letting her go. This is different than what the actors have been saying. So I'm not sure if it's a fight, under contract or about money, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. We know that the older people, Sue Sylvester, and those older character actors on the show, they're definitely not going anywhere. I've been wondering myself what's going to happen on Glee. I mean, they're in high school. Would it be like an old school 90210 thing where they follow them off to college and the rest of their lives? It sounds like some of the actors are graduating off the show and moving on. Until then, we'll see you next week, August 3rd, Wednesday at 10 a.m. right here on the Biz News channel. You can see it streaming anytime you want all week, but we air a new episode every Wednesday at 10 a.m. when I'm still a little bit hungover. See you next time.